Good evening, students. Welcome to AR Logics. This is Anita, your NEET educator bio. Today, I am going to teach you about Animal Kingdom, which is the first chapter in our NEET syllabus. Okay, in our NEET syllabus, our first chapter is Diversity of the Living World. In that, the Animal Kingdom is there up to chordates, non-chordates, up to phyla level, and chordates up to class level. Now, I would like to discuss about animal kingdom. Let's see what is animal kingdom. Before we knowing that about the animal kingdom, just we have to know what is an animal. Animal is a multicellular organism. Okay, in animal, multi cells are present. That's why we called as they are multicellular and they are heterotrophic. Why we are calling them they are heterotrophic? Because they can't prepare their own food material. Okay, they can depend on others for their food and shelter. So that's why we are calling them they are the multicellular and they are heterotrophic. You see here. Here one more unique character is there. In the animals, the cell wall is absent. Whereas in plants, the cell wall is present. But in the animals, the cell wall is absent. Here, animals are multicellular and they are heterotrophic and the cell wall is absent. And chlorophyll also absent. Here, in the animal kingdom, total how many phyla are there? I think you know very well. There are 10 phyla which comes under the non-chordates and one phylum comes under the chordate. Let's see what are the non-chordates and what are the chordates. When coming to the phylums, the first phylum name is Porifera. Okay, the first phylum name is Porifera. Porifera, what is Porifera? How you can identify Porifera? Porifera is nothing but pore-bearing animals. Okay, these are pore-bearing animals. Means the species contains pores on the body. Okay, and next Cnidaria. Here Cnidaria, how we can identify these are the Cnidarian groups? Because the presence of tentacles, hair-like structures which help in the movement. These are all the species which lives in the sea water. Okay, how we can identify the Cnidarians? By the presence of tentacles. Next, Ctenophora. Ctenophora is also present in the sea water. Next, Platyhelminthes. Platy is nothing but flat. Okay, platy is nothing but flat, means the species which are flat-like structure. Okay, the organisms which are flat-like structures. Platy, flat. Helminthes, parasites. Helminthes is nothing but parasites. What is a parasite? What is a parasite? The parasite which depend on the other organism for their food and shelter. Here platy is nothing but flat and helminthes is nothing but a parasite. Next, Ascarihelminthes. Here Ascarihelminthes. Here how we identify the platyhelminthes? Because the body of the species are flat. For example, Taenia solium. The body of the Taenia solium is flat in structure. Okay, next Ascarihelminthes. How we can identify the Ascarihelminthes? Here round worms. He is there. Ascarihelminthes. Helminthes also called as same parasite. Ascarihelminthes is round worms. How we can identify? These are round structure. You see here, the mouth of the Ascaris is round in structure. Okay, that's why we can identify the Ascarihelminthes through the structure of the body. Next, Annelida. You know very well about Annelida. Annelida, here, annuli is nothing but segments. Is nothing but segments, annuli. Lida means food or poda, pods means feeds. Here, a body containing several segments on the body. The best example of the segmented body organism is earthworm. Because on the earthworm, so many segments are present. We call those segments are, so many names are there for that. Here, these segments are called metameres, or annuli or segmentation. Here, the presence of the rings, okay, we call that as rings also. The presence of the segments on the body, we can identify these species are related to Annelida. Okay, next, our seventh phylum is Orthopoda. How you can identify arthropods? I think you know very well. Ortho, jointed. Ortho is nothing but jointed. Poda, legs. Can anyone tell the one example? Jointed legs. That is mosquito, crab. Okay, like this. And next, mollusca. How we can identify mollusca? The soft-bodied animals. Okay, the animals which are having soft body, those are called molluscas. The best example for the mollusca is snail. Okay, next. Echinodermata, echino, spines or spicules. Spicules or spines which are present on the body. By the presence of spines and spicules, we can understand that these are related to the phylum Echinodermata. Here, next coming to hemi. What is hemi? Hemi is half. Okay, hemi is nothing but half. Chordata means half chordates. Okay, why we are telling these are half chordates? Because a notochord is present in some chordates. That's why we are saying these are the hemichordates. Next, chordates. Here, chordates is nothing but a full vertebral column is present. Here, vertebral column is present. These are the chordates. Where the vertebral column is present, those are the chordates. And where the vertebral column is absent, those are called the non-chordates. So, these are the 11 phyla which comes under the animal kingdom. Next, let's see. Here, the main important is basis of classification. Means how we can classify that these species are related to this phylum. For example, how we are identifying human beings are all related to one region. Like that. Here, depending on their classification, we can identify that these species are relates to one group. For example, in that, okay, in that basis of classification, how many classifications are there? Let us see. Here you see level of organization. First we can identify by depending on level of organization. Here you see ma, in the level of organization, here cell organization is there, tissue organization is there, organ organization is there, and organ system organization is also there. Okay, these are the level of organizations. For example, I will tell in the poriferans. Okay, in the poriferans, the cell level of organization is through cell. Okay, in the poriferans, the only level of organization is only through the cells. Like that, depending on other different animals, it is depend on the classification. So here it is the level of organization. Next, body symmetry. Can anyone say what is symmetry? Symmetry, a body can cut into two halves or a cut into so many halves, dividing a body, that is called a symmetry. Here in the symmetry, it is also three types. One is asymmetry, one is bilateral symmetry, one is radial symmetry. Okay, here A, I already said you in the previous class, A refers always to absent, means absence of symmetry. Here where we absence? In the porifera, the cellular level of organization is there. In that we can't cut a sponge body. So that's why in that phylum the symmetry is absent. Next, bilateral. Bi is nothing but two. Okay, we can cut any body into only two halves. Next, radial. We cut any body into any planes. Okay, it will get so many halves. Example is Hydra. Example is Hydra, which is present in the marine water. Next, here, third one is germinal embryonic layer. How many layers are present in the embryo? There are three layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Okay, depending on the three embryonic layers, we can identify which level of organization is present in the species. Next, coelom. What is a coelom? A body cavity which is present in the organisms. Next, metamerism. I said you previously, metamerism is nothing but segmentation on the body. By observing the segments, we can identify which phylum this species is relates to. Next, notochord. I said you in the chordates notochord is present, in non-chordates notochord is absent. So here totally by the basis of classification we can identify which phylum relates to which species. Let's see, I said you the first one is level of organization. Okay, first one is levels of organization. How many levels are there? I said you cellular level, organ level, tissue level, organ level, organ system level. Here, based on the organization of cells, animals are grouped into 4 levels. One is cell, tissue, organ system. Here, these are okay. Let's see where the tissue level is present, where cellular present, where organ system present. Okay, I said you already previous. Here, cellular level of organization. Cellular level of organization is present only in the poriferans. Where these are present? Only in the poriferans. Here, the cells are arranged loose. How the cells are arranged? They are arranged in the loose form. If the cells are arranged in the loose, can it form a body, what you say, structure? No, it can't form a body structure. So here the cellular level of organization is present in porifera. What are poriferans? Pore bearing animals. Have to remember pore bearing animals. Next, tissue level. Here, what is a tissue level? What is a tissue actually? A group of cells. A group of cells combine to form called a tissue. Here, a tissue level of organization is cells are arranged in the form of a tissues. For example, like these bunches. Okay, a group of cells combine to form a tissue. Okay, these are the tissue. Here, the cells are present in a bulk. Okay, this tissue level of organization where it is present in the cnidarians and ctenophora. Okay, where it is cnidarians and ctenophora, these are present. Next, coming to organ level. Here, organ level. Organ level is tissues are arranged into a organ. You see, cell is single, tissue is a group of cells. Okay, here a group of tissues is called combined organ. For example, in our body, so many organs are there. Okay, like that only organs are present through the formation of tissues. These are present in Platyhelminthes to higher animals. That is up to chordates. We are also comes under the chordates because we are having vertebral column. So, in our body also the organs are present. Next, coming to organ system level. Here, organ system is nothing but we are having how many organ systems? Digestive system we are having, circulatory system we are having, respiratory system we are having, nervous system we are having, and excretory system we are having. Okay, these are chemical coordination also. These are the systems which are present in the organ system level. Where these organ system levels are present, these are present in higher animals. What these organ systems help? They help in the physiological functions. Okay, these help in the physiological functions. You know very well, in our body, one system helps in one. Digestive system helps for digestion, excretory system helps for excretion. Okay, this like this. So, these are the basics of the classification. Next, level of organization. Here, let's see how the organ system is present. Organ system of different animals show complicities. For example, digestive system. Here, a digestive system is of two types. What are they? Complete and incomplete. Here, how it is incomplete? Let's see. Incomplete is nothing but it has a single opening. It has a single opening that acts as a mouth and anus. Where you saw this? In the cnidarians and in the platyhelminthes means only single opening is there. Okay. Through this it will enter and through this it will excrete. Only a single opening is there. Next, complete means it has two openings. Already you know what is a tube within tube, which you read in the intermediate first year. Okay, here two openings means mouth and anus. Now we are having complete digestive system because we are having an alimentary canal. Okay, see, for example, I will show here in Hydra. You see, only single opening is there. Okay, through this food enters and through this it excretes. Okay, so here it is a single opening. This is incomplete. This is incomplete digestion. Okay, hand here. You here see complete means here mouth is present, here anus is present. Entering the food, excreting the food. Here mouth and anus, which containing mouth and anus. So this is incomplete and this is the complete digestive system. Here. And again the circulatory system is also two types, that is open and closed. Open and closed. Here symmetry. I said you symmetry is the arrangement of the similar body parts on two sides of main axis of the body. Based on the symmetry, animals are two types. I said you asymmetrical, bilateral symmetrical, radial symmetrical. Here you see, observe the figure. A means always refers to absence. A always refers to absence. Means there is no symmetry. There is no symmetry. Where? In the poriferens. In the poriferens. Okay, here body cannot cut into two similar parts. Example is porifera. Because loose cells are arranged, cell aggregates are present, we can't cut. Next, symmetrical. Here two parts. We can cut into two. Here this is asymmetry, we can't cut into two equal halves. Here this is symmetry, means we can cut into two equal halves. Okay. Next. Here, what is a sponge? The example of the porifera. Sponge is nothing but example of the porifera. Means here we can't cut. So that's why this is asymmetry. And this is beetle. We can cut bilateral. Bilateral means two. Here two equal halves. We are cutting to 1, 2. Two equal halves. So this is the bilateral symmetry. Next, here I will show what is radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. I already said you. Here body can be divided into two equal halves by any plane along the central axis. Along the central axis. You take this echinoderms, adults. We can cut into any halves like this, like this, like this, like this, more than 1 or 2. So this is radial. This is radial symmetry. The example of the radial symmetry is ctenophores and echinoderm. Here, bilateral, only one half, that is left side or right side, only in one plane, two halves are there. That is platyhelminthes to chordates. For example, you take crab. Crab. Here we are taking crab, we are cutting into two halves. This is 1 and this is 2. Okay, this is the bilateral. This is radial and this is bilateral. So, this is the symmetry. Here, one more unique character is there. You have to understand what is present in the bilateral. In the bilateral symmetry, a dorsal is upper and the ventral is lower. How? The dorsal is upper and the ventral is lower. Here, and left and right lateral sides, anterior cephalic and posterior anal. You know very well, in the animals, the anterior side mouth is present and the posterior side tail or anus is present. tail or anus is present, and it contains both dorsal body and ventral body. Dorsal body and ventral body. So this is bilateral symmetry, means we can cut body into two equal halves. Next about germinal layers. I said you embryonic layer which contains three layers. What is that? Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Here the germinal layers, depending on it, is divided into two types. One is diploblastic and one is triploblastic. Diplo, two layers, triplo, three layers. Okay, have to remember. These are the layers of the embryo from which all the body organs are formed. Based on the number of germinal layers, the animals are of two types. What are they? What are they? They are diplo, two layers, triplo, three layers. Let's see where, how it is present. Observe this diagram. Observe this diagram carefully. Here, the cells are arranged in the outer layer. Here, this is called ectoderm. Okay, and the cells arranged in the inner side, that is endoderm. Then what about mesoderm? Yes, in the diploblastic, this mesoderm is not fully developed. So, the mesoderm is absent, means not absent, it is not fully developed. Then what is present here? Here a jelly-like substance is present, that is called mesoglea. Okay, the jelly-like substance is present, that is called mesoglea, where it is a diploblastic. It is diploblastic. Don't be confused. Okay, in the diploblastic, two layers are present, but the middle one is not fully developed. Okay, when coming to triploblastic, this is triploblastic. Triploblastic. Observe here, outer layer is arranged with the cells. Ectoderm, this is called. Okay, and our endoderm is also arranged in the cells. So here endoderm is also present. Yes, here you observe beta. Here mesoderm is also present. What is present? A well-developed mesoderm is also present. Means this is fully developed embryo germinal layers. Here, three layers are perfectly present. Where? In the triploblastic. But whereas in the diploblastic, instead of mesoderm, a jelly substance is present, that is called a mesoglea. So, this is the germ layers about triploblastic and diploblastic.